Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be my very first lesson that's going to teach you how to cast on when knitting. So the yarn that I'm using is Robin. It's chunky yarn, and this red is Red Hat Super Saver. So the thickness is almost the same, as you can see. So I want to use a brighter color so that we can see what we are doing clearly. But you can use any chunky yarn. For practice purposes, I'm using a chunkier yarn so that we can see what we are doing clearly and so that we can see the stitches very clearly. So the needles that I'm using are 8mm knitting needles. So mine are circular needles, but if you have the straight needles, it's perfectly fine. If you have something like this, that's also fine. Any needles that you can get in your bag or whatever that you have can work. So just get whatever needles that you want. But if you're to do, if you're a beginner and you're just learning each and everything, I would prefer you use something a little bigger, at least from 5 onwards, so that you don't struggle with the very small stitches. So let's get started. You're going to make a slip knot. The first thing that you have to learn is to leave a very long tail, because for me, I cast on using the long tail cast on because it's stretchy, so I prefer to use that. So it doesn't matter how long you leave behind, as long as your stitches can fit onto that string. It's better to leave a longer strand than a shorter one, because if you leave a shorter one, you will have to redo this. So I'm leaving a long strand and I'm making a slip knot. So just do this around and then push this yarn through and do that. So this is the string with my end, and then this is the string that's attached to my yarn ball. So you get your needle and make sure that your hand is like this. So your thumb, this string here should be the one that's on the end. So we put our hands like this. Just put your hands like this, so that this string with the end is behind your thumb, and the string that's attached to the yarn ball is in between your index and your middle finger. And then you hold this. Just do this and then hold this like this, so that the two strings meet. So like that. And then try to tie. So casting on will be the same whether you knit continental or English. So just hold like this, and then you're going to get this needle, go behind this, scoop, and then pull the other string, and then pull. So we are going to do that again. You're going to go behind this strand, over the one in the middle, and under the third one, like that. So behind this one, over the one in the middle, and under the third one. So you can see the stitches are forming onto our needle. So let's do that again. Go under the first one, over the second one, under the third one, and pull through. Just take it easy. Just try your best to just get the hang of it. And make sure when you're tightening these stitches onto the needle, you are not pulling very tightly, because we need to work into them after this. So go. You see how easy it is? And And as you keep practicing, you'll get the hang of it, and you'll even be able to do it without thinking about it so much. And when the stitches become more and more, you will need to push the stitches down the needle. If you have circular knitting needles, the stitches will go onto the string, the cord that's in between the needles. So let's do that again. Go down, down, up, down. And make sure, one thing that you have to note is the yarn that you're scooping should be the yarn attached to the yarn ball. Make sure you do that. So down and then up. So you are going to just keep doing this. If you're working on a project, this is how you count your stitches. You just count the loops onto your needles. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23, meaning we have 23 stitches. So if your pattern says cast on 23 stitches, you will just stop there. But if it says 50, as you can see, as we continue to cast on, this string becomes shorter and shorter. So make sure you left a string that was long enough not to run out before you get your desired number of stitches onto the needle. So say we have, they told you to cast on 100 stitches and you left a very short strand. Do you see how this is really inconveniencing? And there's no solution to this. Once this string gets done and you can no longer work around it, that means you made a mistake and you have to go back and leave a longer strand so that you can have enough of this string to cast on. So make sure you never make that mistake. It's better to have a longer one so that when you're starting to knit, you just chop it and leave a short strand, than to have a short one and then you have to go back and cast on all over again. So that's it for today. I hope you guys had fun making this. I'll be back in my next video when we are learning how to knit. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.